Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. My name is Felix Blaze. This is the channel where we teach Photoshop, do designs and stuff. If you are new to this channel, I want you to click on the subscribe button and then like our videos and more. Today we are discussing most of the topic people ask me. I just received this question. Please can you tell me the differences between the export as and then the save as? So that's what we are going to dive in this discussion. Let's go for a quick break and come back. So welcome back again. So today we are looking at the differences between the export as and then the save as. When do we use the export as? We use the export as when you are finalizing the work. That is when we use the export as. So if I'm going to finalize this whole design, this very simple design here, I'll just go to export here and then export as. You can also use this shortcut Alt Shift Control W, Alt Shift Control W for the export as option. But if you are not going to finalize you need to use the you need to use the save as option. Okay, so if you are saving your work for the first time or you are saving your work as a new document, that one you have to use the save as. You go to file and then look for save as. You can also use the shift control S for that one. So you have to use that one for saving a new document, or you get the point. So that one difference between the two. Another difference we are going to talk about here is looking at the file size. Let's do some kind of practical work here. I'm going to save this work, okay, save as, and I'm going to save this work as JPEG, okay. Then later on you will check the file size. So I will go there and choose different format. I will choose JPEG here and call it Hello World Save As, okay. Now, look at something here. I'm going to the maximum. The maximum here, the quality is 12. And look at the file size. The file size is 217.8 kilobytes. 217.8 kilobytes. That's the file size for. The file size here is 217.8 kilobytes. You get the point. For the save as here, I can save this one. Okay. Then let's go to the exporters. You know the shortcut is Shift Control Alt W. Okay. Now, do you remember the save as size 217.8K? Now look at this JPEG here. The quality is 100% like that one. And look at the file size 142.4K. 142.4K. So you can see that there is a vast difference between the two. Why? Why is it that when you save this one JPEG here, the same quality, and you are getting 142 here, and when you use the save as option you are getting 217? This is the difference. So we shall look at the next difference. The next difference we are going to talk about, but before then let me export this one. Okay, so that's why I said you should stop using the save as option. If you are finalizing your work, use the export as, don't use the save as option. Okay, so the next difference, the difference between the file size comes as a result of what we call metadata. Metadata is part of the differences between the two. With the save as option, there is a presence of metadata, but with the export, there is absence of metadata. So when you are working on this, all the information on this one, okay, in the save as option, you keep them, okay. You keep all those information, the date the design was made, the author of the design, the whatever, the layers, whatever, everything is there. But when you use the export as, it's like you have rasterized everything, you have converted them to one layer. You get a point. So with the export as, there is no metadata, but with the save as, there is a presence of metadata. So if you want to enable those things in your work in the export as option, let's go to the export as again and look at something here. Now you see we have the metadata here. I have checked it none. So if I want to add it, okay, I'll just check this one, copyright and contact information, okay, and I'm going to add that one. So this is the metadata I've added to it, okay. Now I can export this one. So that is a way of adding that one to the work, okay. But with the save as, it is already there, you don't need to add those things. But with export as, it is none here by default. That is another difference. Another difference we'll talk about is, you see, when you are saving your work, you have to see the quality of the work. You have to see whether the work is going to be blurry, is going to look pixelated or whatever. You need to get it. So if you are finalizing your work, you need to use the export as, because the save as is not going to give you the chance to preview your final work. So let's see, I use the save as option as first, okay. Now you see that, and then we are trying to save it as JPEG here, okay. You can only preview the file size of the work, but you can't preview how the work is going to be. So when you go to the export options here, look at something here. Look at this. When you look at this one, we have this preview options here, which is not in the save as. So if I change this quality to maybe 20, or yeah, let's reduce the quality and look at something. Now zoom out. Look at, you can see the work is not going to be nice, it's going to be pixelated, blurry, very blurry. You can see that, right? Very blur, you get it? So very blurry. So that is another difference. Look at this. Under the preview, we have two apps, and then we have the preview. So this one will tell you the current outlook of the work. That is the 20% outlook, you will get this. But this one will give you the main um work size, that is the 100% quality, and that one is 142 kilobytes, and this one is 33.7 kilobytes. You get the point. So we have this preview option in this export as option. We don't have it in the save as option. You get the point. Very good. Now apart from you having this preview option, there is another difference. Let me change this one back to 100% and look at something here. Apart from we having this preview option, we have what we call this export as, allows you to scale your images in different sizes, in different formats. So I can add another what size, okay. I will just go here, get a point. You click on the add to add, you click on this one to delete it. So if I want to maybe have the size of my work reduced, okay, the 146, if I want it to be half reduced, maybe I can go to 133, okay. I can also add another one like 0.2 of the size. So when you save this whole work, you are going to see that we have these different sizes, so you can save multiple sizes altogether, and you don't have that option in save as. With export as, you can save it in different sizes as you want, then you can go ahead and save your work. That is another difference. But there is another major difference of the save as over the exporters. Look at the exporters. The exporters doesn't have enough formats. It has only this format. We have the PNG, we have the JPEG, we have the GIF, we have the SVG, and yeah, this four: SVG, GIF, JPEG, and then PNG. These are the four main formats in export as options. Good. But let's go back to save as and look at the options. We have several of them. Control Shift S, we have several of them. So if you are saving your work for the first time, I told you the export as is for final work. We don't use the export as, we use the save as, okay. With that one, you can save your work as PSD, which means you can work on that work later on If you want to make any changes, you can do that. You can also save it as large document formats, which will also help you to modify the layers and stuff. You can also save it as TIFF, which is normally used for printing work. Okay, you can also use that, or you can save it as PNG or JPEG. The other ones, you can see we have a whole lot of formats here when you want to use the savers. So you only use the savers when you want to use these formats which are not present in the export as options. That is one mega difference between the export as and the savers. Last but not the least, okay, I will talk about is that with the export as, you can export certain layers and leave the rest. But with save as, you can't just select and save certain portion of the document. But with the export as, I can just choose to save, export the export subscribe with its design. So hold shift and select this. I can select the whole this one, right click on it and choose export as options here, but I can't save as this. So with this one, it means the final work you will not see this learn Photoshop, but you can see we have this subscribe design on it. You get the point. So let me do that and then finalize the whole work. Can you see you have the subscribe, the rectangle? You see we have this whole work here. You can export as one document. You get the point. But with the save as, you can't have that one to do. But one thing I'm observing is that you can see we don't have um the text on it, and we need to correct that. So let me try to make this one and then look at something, export as. So can you see that we have the subscribe, okay, with the design here without the learn Photoshop. That is another benefit of using the export as. I hope you have learned a lot from this video. If you want to get more information from us, then there's only one thing to do. You need to subscribe. Please, your comments are very important to me. What do you think? Did I miss something from this video? Do you think we should maybe do something? Do you have video you want us to talk about? Just drop your request in the comment section and I will make sure I respond to each of your questions. Thank you for enjoying and staying with us throughout this video. My name is Felix Bliss. I will see you in my next tutorials. Makramina. Bye bye.